at 5:20 p.m. And I do detect a quorum here with us today, and so we will get started with the consent agenda. On consent, I'll read out the numbers first, and if there's anything that needs to be pulled off, please let me know before I go over the captions. On consent, we have RS 2023-2159, 2162, 2163, 2166, 2167, 2168, 2169, 2170, 2171, 2172, 2173, 2174, 2175, 2176, 2177, 2178, 2179, 2180, 2183, 2184, 2185, and 2186. Does anything need to be pulled off of consent? Okay, with no comments, we will go through the consent agenda for approval. Starting with RS 2023-2159, Parker, Sorora, Evans, and others, increases the maximum income limit for eligibility in the property tax freeze program that provides financial assistance to low-income elderly residents of Davidson County beginning tax year 2024. RS 2020-2162. By Roden, calls the Independent Metropolitan Board of Equalization into regular session beginning June 1, 2023, and special session beginning June 20, 2023. RS 2021-63. Approves the appointment of hearing officers by the Independent Metropolitan Board of Equalization to conduct preliminary hearings to make investigations regarding complaints before the board. RS 2021-66. Approves Amendment 1 to a grant from the Tennessee Department of Human Services to the Davidson County Juvenile Court to establish and enforce federal and state mandated child support program guidelines for children born out of wedlock. RS 2021-68. Did I do 27? 27, sorry, I skipped 2167. Approves the amended economic impact plan for the Madison Station Economic Development Area. Now RS 2023-2168 approves the First Amendment to a grant contract for constructing affordable housing approved by RS 2022-1857 between the Metropolitan Housing Trust Fund Commission and Woodbine Community Organization. RS 2023-2169. Approves a grant from the Nashville Community Engagement Fund of the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee to the Metropolitan Planning Commission to provide funding to subsidize the Barnes Fund efforts to support affordable housing. Let me get to the other. RS 2023-2170 authorizes the Metropolitan Department of Law to compromise and settle the personal injury claim of John Foy against the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County in the amount of $23,016.50, and that said amount to be paid out of the self-insured liability fund. RS 2023-2171 accepts an emergency management performance grant from the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Office of Emergency Management to subsidize the emergency management program. RS 2023-2172 approves a letter of acceptance for 2023 Urban Area Security Initiative grant funds by the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Office of Emergency Management to the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency for Homeland Security. RS 2023-2173 approves a letter of acceptance for the 2023 Homeland Security grant funds by the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Office of Emergency Management. RS 2023-2174 approves a contract by and between the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Health and the Tennessee Department of Health to identify arbovirus and assist in prevention and control of vector-borne diseases in Tennessee. RS 2023-2175 approves amendments 1 and 2 to a grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Health to provide for the prevention, surveillance, diagnosis, and treatment of HIV and AIDS, and to administer a minority AIDS initiative program. RS 2023-2176 approves Amendment 7 to a grant from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Health for ongoing collection of data and ambient air concentrations for fine particulate matter in Nashville, Tennessee. RS 2023-2177 approves a total of $51,437.95 to increase the individual grant amounts from the Nashville Public Library to various nonprofit organizations for the provision of educational, career, cultural field trips, and enrichment opportunities through the library's Nashville After School Zone Alliance. RS 2023-2178 approves a total of $40,247 from the Nashville Public Library to various nonprofit organizations for the provision of educational, career, and cultural field trips and enrichment opportunities for the month of June 2023 through the library's NASA program. RS 2023-2179 approves Amendment 1 to a grant from the Tennessee State Library and Archives to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Nashville Public Library to target library materials to persons having difficulty using a library, provide special services to children and young people, and promote general education support services. RS 2023-2180 approves Amendment 1 to a grant from the Nashville Public Library Foundation to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Nashville Public Library to fund education and literacy programs to provide literacy initiatives that emphasize the importance of developing literacy skills by educating teachers, children, and parents. RS 2023-2183 approves an application for a Tire Environmental Act Program grant from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to the Metropolitan Government, acting by and through the Nashville Department of Transportation and Multimodal Infrastructure for NDOT's project. RS 2023-2184 accepts a donation from 19th Church Street LLC in the amount of $214,000 as a contribution towards infrastructure improvements at the intersection of 19th Avenue and Church Street. RS 2023-2185 accepts a grant from the state of Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Government of Water and Sewer Services to construct stormwater swales and stormwater detention basin features at the Metro Nashville Police impound lot. RS 2023-2186 authorizes the Metropolitan Government Department of Law to compromise and settle the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County's property damage claim against T-Tom LLC in the amount of $84,535, and that said amount to be paid out of the general fund. Bills on third reading. Consent is number 30, BL 2023-1861. Tunes. There's an amendment for that one. Okay, that one's not on consent. Okay. I think, did I get them all? Okay. That is it for the consent agenda. May I have a motion? Second? Oh. Okay. Have to pull that one off. Okay. All right. May I have a second on the consent? Thank you. Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor of the consent agenda? Any opposed? And I have one abstention on 2175. All right, thank you. With that, we will go to the items not on consent, starting with number 1. RS 2023-2158 authorizes the issuance of not to exceed $163 million in aggregate principal amount of interfund tax anticipation notes of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County. May I have a motion? Moved and properly seconded. Do we have any questions, or Director Flannery, is there anything you'd like to tell us about this or that we need to know? Okay. All right. With that, no questions. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Moving on to RS 2023-2160. Appropriates the amount of $34,850,600 from the General Fund Reserve Fund for the purchase of equipment and building repairs for various departments of Metropolitan Government and Davidson County. May I have a motion? It's moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Councilmember Hurt.
Yes, I just would like to know how well, thank you, Madam Chair, of how the priority list is going to take place and what departments actually get the priority of it. Because I know that Metro Social Services and Metro Action have been way down on the totem pole when it comes to building and repairs and things of that nature.
Let me get the planning table. Oh, no, admin table. There you go.
All right, thank you. For your two specific examples, social services and MAC, we're through our property management division working on those capital needs for relocation. So that's not part of 4%, but it's very much in their purview, and we are actively working on that in the operating budget for 2024 is costs related to those relocations.
Okay, so does that mean if you put them in there for later and they never get to the later, is where my concern is that what are we doing in the meantime to bring them up to par?
Well, there's no later for those two. The leases expire. We have to and are working with them to find new locations.
Okay. I know that Metro Action has had a difficult time finding a location. That's why I was just wondering what could we do in temporary. I know when they had to move some of those Metro departments, they used some of those buildings in Metro Center that have those office buildings, for judges and other things. And I'm just wondering if that was an option for them since they have so many vacant buildings over there.
So we've looked at Metro Center, and I don't know if our public property manager is here or not, but we have looked at that. We've gone with MAC to that location. I think they found a better alternative that everyone preferred and was more economical. We are not in a position to bring you those leases yet, but we are actively working on them.
Okay.
Thank you. Any further questions or discussion?
Oh, but you did not address the priority.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
How you prioritize which departments get the funding for the repairs?
Oh, sure. So we keep a list. Primarily, the cost for this is related to equipment and vehicles. So a lot of it's coming from general services prioritization on the life of the vehicles, which ones need to come off, which ones come on, and that just with same as the budget process, prioritizing needs and trying to accommodate. I'm going to look at Chris, and I can't remember what the total amount of requests was, but it is well in excess of the 4.5% that we have. We're really fortunate that through the last supplemental that we did in February, we were able to fund a whole bunch of backlog on fleet. We continue to fund the request in the budget for 2024. Not just 4%, but the surplus that we'll talk about as part of the budget process earmarks more money for facility or for fleet costs. It is just, we got caught in the backlog of supply chain issues, and we are continuing to try and catch up for that. And we're hiring more people, and they need cars. So.
Thank you. Any further discussion? With that, all those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Moving on to RS 2023-2161, appropriates to certain accounts for the benefit of Administrative Department, Department of General Services, Mediation Services Fund, and Metropolitan Nashville Public Schools in the amount of $18,707,700. May I have a motion? Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Councilmember Allen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just, in looking through the FY24 budget and then also this correctional health care, I just didn't realize what a big item it is. So if someone could just talk a little bit about what it is and what it's doing with this $5.6 million that we're moving over to it.
Dr. Wright's coming up.
Oh, gotcha.
Good evening, Dr. Wright with the Health Department. We manage the contract that is with this provides the health care within the jails. If you read in December, there was an article about a disagreement between Vanderbilt and WillPath, who is our provider. There's about $5 million in outstanding bills. That was settled, and this is the result of that. And they were provided as the only level 1 trauma unit, there are sometimes that inmates end up in there before they're even in the jail. And so this is to settle that.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? With that, all those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. All right, moving on to number 7, RS 2023-2164. Roden Syracuse Soror Hurt approves a total of $137,000 from a certain account of the Community Safety Fund for a grant to the contributor. May I have a motion? It's moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Okay, great. I wanted to, ask, and maybe for clarification, that this program or this funding would focus on the implementation of a program for printing a distribution resource guide, and just if someone can speak, I don't know if anyone is here that can speak specifically to that, so that this funding is going towards a specific program and not just to the organization. Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair, Ron Johnson. So that program is set up to go to work directly with the members of the village to make absolutely sure that we're able to get some of the programs that are not represented in that the contributor, to make absolutely sure that it has good representation for everyone that needs to be served.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions, comments? Although, all those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. And following up on that, RS 2023-2165, Roden Syracuse Hurt appropriates a total of $169,000 from a certain account of the Community Safety Fund for grants to various nonprofit organizations for South Nashville community safety programs. May I have a motion? Moved and properly seconded. Mr. Johnson, if you wouldn't mind coming back up. Just if you could give us a quick little summary. I believe there are 4 organizations that will be receiving grants for this program.
Yes, the South Nashville program grants that we have are small grassroots organization that will be also providing some of the much needed services in that area. And one of the other things we'll be doing is they'll be getting the training and the services that CMM has to provide along with some of the other funding that we will be giving them. But that will be taken care of. What we got, 5 of them? 4 for this one, and those guys are going to be providing that service in those areas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Further questions? Councilmember Hurd.
I don't have a question, but I just want to stand to emphasize how important this is, because those organizations are on the ground doing the work with nothing, and they make good things happen. And when we are able to provide them with some funding, that gives them an opportunity to do exponentially better than what they had been before. And they have to build some capacity to really have the impact that we want to see. And I think having that type of relationship along with our policing is going to make the impact that we want to see. So I just applaud the effort of us trying to put some funding there. It's not nearly enough, but I'm just grateful for the fact that we do have some monies and we've acknowledged the work that's being done.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Hurd. Councilmember Serrara.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, my comment was supposed to be for the first one, but it's all together in terms of community work. But what I like about the first one that we passed is that that particular one is providing money. I love the idea of where to turn resources for people facing homelessness. Oftentimes, people just don't know where to go. And trying to remember all of it to tell somebody is not something that is very easy. So all these programs that is with community partners that are actually on the street, working with people and in contact with people, it will be a better way for us to be able to reach our constituents needing help. So I applaud both the first one and then this one that we're approving. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. With no further questions or comments, all those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Wonderful. Moving on to out there. Oh, the last one. No. Number 28 on your agenda, bills on second reading. BL 2023-1859, Withers and Roden approves a lease agreement by and between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Education in Nashville Classical Charter School. May I have a motion? Thank you. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All right. No discussion. With that, all those in favor? Oh, you do have discussion? Just a second. Let me get you up. Councilman Withers.
Thank you for recognizing me, even though I'm not on the committee. Just wanted to mention that Mr. Charlie Friedman, who's the head of school, is present, just in case anyone does have any questions. He's more than happy to answer your questions here on this floor or afterwards. So I want to thank him for taking time out today. Attend the committee meeting to answer committee questions.
Thank you. With that, yes, I would like to invite you up to speak if you'd like to make any comments since you're here.
I'm going to just be very brief, and I will say thank you. We're very grateful to have this opportunity. We've been at the Bailey Building for the last 4 years. We hope to be there for a long time. In those 4 years, we've invested $1 million to improve the facility. We've paid MNPS nearly $2 million, and we've increased enrollment and utilization of the facility by more than 200 public school students. We're incredibly grateful to have this opportunity to serve students in Davidson County, and we're grateful for your support. So thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you for the information, and thank you for being here. Any further comments, questions? With that, now we'll take a vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Next, BL 2023-1860, Roberts, Roden, Withers approves a lease agreement by and between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Board of Education and Nashville Prep. So moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Is anyone here from Nashville Prep that would like to speak? Okay, I don't see anyone. All right, we're ready for a vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. And last but not least, number 30, BL 2023-1861, Toombs, Roden, Hurd, and Soror approves an agreement between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Department of Parks and Recreation and Tennessee Football, Inc. to allow Tennessee Football, Inc. to establish a program campaign to support efforts to make improvements to the Luby Center. May I have a motion? Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Okay. Councilmember Toombs.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to move the amendment.
Okay. Moved and properly seconded. Would you like to explain?
The amendment is just some clarifying language to clarify what improvements will be made to the Luby Center.
Great. Any questions, discussion? And we'll take a vote on the amendment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Now on your bill.
Move for approval as amended.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? What did you have to discuss? Councilmember Pulley?
Yeah, I just wanted a brief question for the sponsor. Do we have any plans to build a stadium for this flag football league that you're talking about over there? I'll withdraw my question.
Maybe one day.
Thank you, Councilman Pulley. I think we've had enough stadium discussion for one term. All right, all those in favor of BL 2023-1861 as amended? Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, that concludes our agenda. Thank you very much.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.